have, this is Naked Copper Woman. I get gas here quite a bit when I'm heading out this way, and I always stop and say hello to Mrs. Copper Woman, the Naked Copper Lady. I don't know if she's pregnant, maybe. But she always has that face. I try to talk to her, but she's just that look of, and I don't know what she's looking at. Looking that way. Maybe there's this look of something going on, but yeah. I told my wife we should get Naked Copper Lady and put her in our front yard. I don't know if Mrs. No Compass Moto was down for that, but yeah. You have a good night there, Naked Copper Lady. Here we are. We're coming up to the lighthouse, the Beavertail Lighthouse. Here's the bay. That's over there is called Narragansett, Rhode Island. And you probably can't see on the video, but over there is a water tower, and I live probably 20 minutes south of that water tower. Beautiful here. A little choppy. We got some wind. There's some rain over there, but you can see they got barriers up. You used to be able to walk, drive your car right around here, and this parking lot's over there. But I'll show you the erosion. The state decided to shut the road because they didn't want, I guess, cars falling in, which I guess is a good thing. Probably here, it gets pretty windy here. I've always wanted to come here during a hurricane. That would be pretty cool. Stay at the lighthouse during a hurricane. They don't let you do that, but I would do it. It would be pretty wild. And this lighthouse is on. As well, I think I was pulling up, you could see the actual lamp is on. It's kind of cool. Still functioning lighthouse. The original was built, I'll show you the location. This one is the second one that was here. I think the other one got destroyed in a storm. They got a museum in there. You can go in. It's pretty cool. It's not open today, but so you can walk down there. Fish, a lot of people fish. I think I hear the stripe. My wife, she's a big fisher. She's into fishing, and she tells me the stripers are out. But it's pretty cool. My kids come here and they just go down there and they just sit and watch. It's pretty cool. Now there's the Atlantic. If you look straight where I'm facing now, that's out to the Atlantic, the North Atlantic. And then there's the lighthouse. The foghorns, I don't believe they're operational anymore. I'm sure they're pretty loud. And there's a little bit on the foundation, which we're going to see. I think it was built in 1749. Initially built to provide a safe passage to Newport's Colonial Harbor, designed by Peter Harrison, America's first architect. During World War II, Rhode Island's National Guard installed a searchlight, mobile gun emplacement, and range finding equipment on the concrete pad. So they say keep off the rocks. People don't do that. Trust me. As you all know, I'm in public safety. I don't cover this area, but I know people who do. And we refer to these rocks in this water as a patient generator. Jamestown Fire Department, they come here quite a bit, and I'll show you why. People, come and check out the rocks. They get down by the water, and it gets pretty slick. And the water will come all the way up to the road if we get a pretty good nor'easter storm. You've heard of nor'easter? Yeah, like at high tide, this will all be water. And as you can see, the erosion will go there. But yeah, pretty cool. And people get, they slide into the water, and these waves are so powerful, they'll end up with broken legs, can't swim. They probably can't swim on a good day, and they certainly can't swim with a broken leg, and they end up drowning. But that's not what this video is about. I digress. But anyway, so here is where the original lighthouse was. As you can see, the compass there, we're facing due south. There's west, obviously the sunset. I've done a few videos on the sunrise. I'll do another one. The sunrise is awesome. It comes up over that water. So let's see. Let's come around and check out on this side of the lighthouse. And the museum's pretty cool. I bring it in there with my kids. It's got a lot of artifacts. I'll come over here one day and we'll go through it. But as you can see, hence the problem about why they closed the road. The ocean and everything is just pretty much just tearing up the side here, so they closed it so no vehicles obviously fall in. But over there's Newport, Rhode Island. That's considered Narragansett Bay. Ships come in here and go north, go up into the bay, up into the ports in Providence. A lot of commerce through here. Mostly oil tankers. Number of ships carrying car carriers, or I don't know what you call them for ships, but a lot of them come in here. All right, here's the horn. I've never been here when it went off, but I remember as a kid, I would hear it from my house across the bay. I remember growing up, and I would hear it, and I would ask my dad. I said, "Where's that?" Well, that's the Jamestown Lighthouse. They got a little aquarium in here. That's kind of cool. Kids enjoy that. Let's see a little information I think about the lighthouse itself. The keeper's house. Although most lighthouse keepers were married, many small lighthouses they lived in solitary life while their families remained on the mainland. Beavertail being allowed keepers to stay here. There were 27 keepers at this lighthouse, and the first was Abel Franklin, appointed in 1979. I think it's pretty cool. I would love to live in a lighthouse. Here's a little bit about the museum if you ever get this way. It's pretty cool. Aquariums over here. Let's see what we got over here. The Signal Building. So 1829, Congress appropriated $1,125 for a 600-pound dog built at Beavertail. What do you think that is now? Inflation. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Got the yellow one. In 1939. Okay, yeah, in 1939, the Great Hurricane of 1938 destroyed the fog signal. And the Coast Guard built a structure. It contained air generator, two large diving trumpets protruded from the south side. So, now I can remember my mom. She was a young child. She was born in 1931, so she would have been 7. I remember her telling me about the 1938 hurricane, which pretty much devastated southern Rhode Island. If you ever look up the ports, Narragansett, Point Judith, it pretty much leveled it. So she always had a lot of respect for hurricanes, and back then didn't have a lot of warning. You could go to the Weather Channel app and check out the radar. So yeah, so she remembers that. That's a big deal. All right, let's check out the back here. The wind is heading north, due north. So hopefully I can scoot out of here and escape the rain. Not that I'm afraid of rain, but I really don't want to get soaked tonight. All right, we'll go over here by the other side, check out the cliffs here in a minute. Alright, so we're on the west side of Jamestown, the island, and there's the Newport Bridge. There's obviously Newport over there, so probably one of my favorite bridges. As I mentioned before, my dad, right after he became an engineer, he helped build that bridge, so it's kind of got a special place in my heart. But yeah, it's pretty filled up with boats here in the summer, obviously. Some townhouses and condos over there. But yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna head home. I don't trust this weather. For some reason, we were at the lighthouse, I cut myself. Got a man down. I don't know what's up with that. All right, YouTube. We're going to head on home, and we'll check in here in just a little bit.